G'day, and welcome to Forkman and the Champ podcast, episode number 22. How are you going?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I enjoyed my little break on Monday. I think you only give me 1 day's leave a year. So I enjoyed taking that 1 day off, and now just back to the slog of working on this podcast 7 days a week. So, yeah, I feel nice and refreshed. How about yourself?
Do you feel like a new man?
I feel like a boy in a man's body.
Okay. I wasn't sure where you were going there. Are you going to go a bit Michael Jackson on me? Or?
No, come on, that's not time. Come on, that's just inappropriate.
No. Okay, I love you, Jeff. Anyway, I've been okay, not too bad.
What have you been up to?
Making birthday cards. I'm trying to make a birthday card for Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Finally made one yesterday.
I can't believe he's 9 years old already, huh?
No, don't do that to us. Do not do that to her. If he were 9 years old, that would make me in my mid-30s, so we won't do that.
No. Oh, man. You
we
will
won't
be
do
one day.
that. Yeah,
You can't outrun time forever, Forkman. Time is on your heels, snapping away.
I know. Bummer.
You have eternity ahead.
Anyway, I'm Forkman. He's
the champ.
And we're ready to rock.
Rock and roll.
The champ, I'm not too sure. Are you a fan of Channel 10 News?
I am a huge Sandra Sully fan. I'm a big fan of, that's the only Channel 10 News anchor I can name.
What about Jennifer Clatt, the old one from 7 who moved over, who does the news?
No, I don't know.
At 5 p.m.
I don't watch Channel 10 News that much, to be honest. I mainly get my news from SBS World News Australia, just because I'm a very worldly, well-travelled, thought-provoking young man.
Are they the one who do the naked news, where like they anchored it naked?
No, that's SBS. SBS doesn't do the naked news. You're thinking of the
naked news.
You're thinking of the up-late French films that are in the naked. I don't know who does the naked news.
I'm pretty sure with
maybe
SBS.
We could do that. Maybe we could do that for a Forkman news segment. Forkman presents the naked news, and you could do your Forkman's news, Big Brother news in the naked next season.
But YouTube may censor the video, and if we're making money from the videos next year, they may be a little bit funny about that.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, no. Really, I just get my news like on Facebook or from YouTube for people I trust. I don't really watch Channel 10 that much.
Now, you're probably asking why Channel 10 does an odd channel, but I'm asking you whether you know Channel 10 News. Am I right?
Yeah, it was a bit strange. I mean, if I hadn't seen you send me the notes before, I would have been like, what's he going on about?
Okay, so you may have heard that Network 10, they have made some cuts, right? And one of those cuts were among them were Melbourne weatherman Mike Larkan, the guy who did the weather for Channel 10.
Oh, no, I know. I do know Mike. He's he's not the king. He's quite bad at dropping jokettes. His jokettes are pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I've seen him do a gaff or two. He's all right.
I used to like he would go do the weather live from the school pre-corona days. And then unfortunately this pandemic had come, and then we have another pandemic. Not only do we have the health pandemic side of things, we then had the financial side of the pandemic. So networks are going to be making cuts. But I have an offer, I reckon. I had this offer to Mike Larkan. If he would like to continue doing weather, he's more than welcome to come on the Forkman and Champ podcast once a week and give it a weather update.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure he gets a bit of work, Mike Larkan, doing training videos for stuff. I've seen him in a fair few first aid training videos and stuff, and life-saving ones. It's just like running through the steps. It's quite strange because I sit there and be like, I know this man, where's he from? And then it takes me about 3 or 4 videos in to realize that he's the weather guy from Channel 10.
No, I'm pretty sure they are old training videos, and he didn't do them anymore.
Yeah, they never update them. No,
And
maybe he'll get back on it.
So maybe Mike, or maybe he can be the third member of the Forkman and Champ podcast.
We do have a third member. I think Simo's next in line to be third member. Thank you very much, Forkman. Mike Larkin's not jumping ahead of Simo, all right?
No, we need someone to do the weather. Simo can't do the weather.
Why not?
He doesn't know anything about the weather.
What podcast does the weather anyway?
I don't know.
People listen to this in their own time. People listen to this
be a revolution.
week later. I need the weather from last week.
It'll be a revolution.
Would you say a weatherlution or a revolution?
Revolution.
You should say weatherlution.
Okay, revolution.
It's a weatherlution, everyone.
It's a revolution, everyone. Now, Champ. Had a lot of emails come through. Actually, a lot of comments on the last video that I posted up on YouTube. And one person was like, "Where's the Champ? These two hosts suck."
Who said that? Nobody said that.
My dear brother said it. He wanted to know where the Champ was. We also had an email. Hey, tuned into the show today for my favorite presenter, the Champ. Didn't get to hear him. Where is he?
Yeah.
Well, had he been fired?
Well, yeah, like I said, it was my one day off a year I get from the Forkman. No, I had a thing that I had to write for a job. So it's one of those ones that kind of, I don't know, like, it's, when you have to write that big essay for school or uni, and you just stare at it for hours and hours, not able to write a word, and then you progress so slowly on it, and then you kind of think you're going to get it done early, and you keep pushing it back. It kind of happened like that. I kind of pushed it back, and then I had to write it. It was 900 words. It wasn't that long, but it was pretty important. So it had to be 900 good words. 900
good words. And I believe when I called you after we had uploaded the show, you said you had 800 or 600 more to go?
Yeah, about then, yeah.
And then I was like, okay, once you have finished, I want to see it on my desk or in my inbox.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't received the essay yet.
You said on your desk by Monday.
No, I said by Thursday.
Oh, yeah, Thursday. Yeah, well,
and it's Thursday today.
Because it's government work. You need to send me through your clearance, mate. So, what stage clearance are you?
I'm stage 2 clearance.
Stage 2 clearance. Oh well, this is stage 3 and above. I'm afraid. Sorry, Forkman.
Oh, bummer. Oh, bummer. I might have to talk to Dan Andrews about this.
Yeah, talk to Dan Andrews. Send an email to ScoMo, Dan Andrews, and the Moreland City Council, or just whatever council you live in, about upping your clearance for government across the board.
Okay. Hey, Champ, we're going to move something around quickly. We're going to get, we were meant to be doing Champ's ice cream food now, but they're going to do something else first because Mr. Simo had a question for us and he needs to go to the shop, so we're bumping him up.
Doing his daily shop visit. Yeah, we can't interrupt that. That's the one chance to get out of the house a day. So.
Yeah.
Move him on.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm adding him in.
Simo.
Hit joining. Simo.
Hey, Simo. Good to see you again, mate.
And yeah, Jason.
You too.
Welcome to the podcast, Simo. So, or our listeners may know, so the Champ went away on Monday, and Simo jumped in at the last minute. We paid him 5 cents below the minimum wage. It all we can afford. And so Simo jumped in and filled in for the Champ. So Simo, you had a question to put to myself and the Champ. What was your question?
I don't know if the Champ will agree with this, but I was talking to Forkman on Monday night, Champ, and I said to Forkman, wouldn't it be easier if I do Monday nights and you do Thursdays?
Oh, is that the question, huh? Yeah. I mean, I can see that. Spread the load a bit. Or do you want to? Well, here's an idea. How about me and you do Mondays, and Forkman does Thursdays by himself? No, I can get around that. We'll share that out. So we'll make it. So we do have a third. Yeah, I think that could work.
No, but then I've suggested something else that can work. What about we give Simo a weekly spot on our show? He can come on and do a segment on the show.
Yeah, I'll get around. I mean, I'm happy with both those ideas.
I reckon we go with the second idea. That because promo stuff and money stuff.
Oh, the promo and the money. I don't know. I mean, I'm happy for Simo to host Mondays. So I guess maybe this is a good one to sort out off air.
Well, okay, but for now we're gonna because you.
Why don't we let the listeners decide?
I reckon he gets to earn his stripes.
I think he's bailed you out twice. I reckon put it to the listeners.
I reckon he gonna earn his stripes. So we'll give him 1 day a week on the podcast, a segment.
Okay.
And
then at the end of that, then we should throw it to the listeners. Then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm always keen. I'm a big fan. I listened to him on Friends, and I listened to him on Monday as well. I think Simo's a pretty good fit. If doing that one spot, I think I've talked to a few of the other listeners, and they'd like to hear more of Simo as well.
Yeah, or maybe in a month's time we can add a third wheel to the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But only on the condition that I think it should be Simo up the front, Simo, Forkman, and the Champ, rather than Forkman, the Champ, and Simo.
Forkman.
Oh, you've got to be at the front.
Simo.
You can't be in the middle. Oh, boo.
You're in the middle, mate.
We'll put it to the listeners what order they want the name. Let democracy show itself.
I believe you have to go to the shop now. Because the only time you're allowed out of your house is to go to the shop. So we'll let you go. Thank you for joining us, Simo.
Just a quick thing, Simo. If you go into the shop and you're buying ice cream, may I recommend? What was a good one I had the other day? Hershey's Cookies and Cream. It's a good one.
Is that the vegan one or the
that's the Ben & Jerry's
the
vegan one.
They're a bit
spenny, but they're quite nice. If you're looking for one that's kind of not as spenny.
Remember the one with no dairy, remember?
Oh, yeah, the one with no dairy. Yeah,
but you can't forget his dairy and.
So I forgot you're lactose intolerant. Yeah. I had a few good dairy-free ones. There's Panna. They're a bit expensive though. Is the problem, like all dairy-free stuff. Panna and Ben & Jerry's, whichever one's on special, you can get them for. I think I got it pretty cheap. It was like $6 for a thing, which wasn't that cheap, but it's cheaper than normal. It was like half price. But wherever you go, there's a few. What I'm trying to say is a few good dairy-free ice creams on special sometimes.
Yeah, I don't have to go to the shop right now. I can go after this.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Tim. I'd love to hear from you, mate. Always good to hear from you, mate.
Enjoy your day.
You do.
Cool. So now, champ. That was interesting, wasn't it? Trying to take your job.
Oh yeah, I mean that's all right. I mean, like I said, you only give me 1 day off a year, so to split the load would be pretty good. I mean, I get 1 day off a year. He gets paid 5 cents a day. I think me and Simo should probably form a union, maybe, if he gets a job on this podcast.
Hey, I pay you more.
You're a pretty dicey boss, I think, Forkman.
I pay you more. Actually, I gave you 4 years off.
Yeah, fair enough.
What's that?
I'll cop that.
I gave you 4 years off. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yeah, we were going to the people's favorite segment.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I had some old ladies in the shop the other day.
Oh, yeah?
And they were talking about this. I kid you not. They were talking about Champ's ice cream review.
Wow.
They were like, did you hear what ice cream the Champ had? No, Betty, I didn't. But you better listen to the podcast.
We better listen this week. They were our 2 long-term listeners, our oldest listeners, Betty and Beryl, weren't they?
Yeah. So here we go.
Betty White.
They've been talking ice cream with the champ. Wonder what ice cream he has this week. But it's a vanilla one or maybe a chocolate one, but it's strawberry with sprinkled on top. Wonder what ice cream the champ had this week. Will it be 10 out of 10 or will it be 0? Wonder what ice cream the champ had this week. Yeah, what ice cream did the champ have this week? Yeah, that's the question on everyone's mind. What was the ice cream that the champ had during this week?
Well, this is a good one, and I think it could probably be part of Cooking with the Champ as well. Do you want to play? Can we play that theme now as well? Because we'll roll it into one big segment.
So we can roll it into one big segment.
Roll it in. Because I did a bit of fun experimenting with ice cream. Not like a scientific experiment, just a...
So give me a moment. I need to get the theme up.
Trying to recreate a precious childhood.
Awesome.
Yeah, so some people would probably say that combining these two segments together would be revolutionary. Other people probably say it's just lazy. I would probably say yes to both those assumptions.
I'm thinking, don't tell me, can I have a guess what you did?
Yeah, have a guess.
If it involves cooking and ice cream, did you try making your own deep fried ice cream?
No, it wasn't actually. It was a little bit different to that. And if you'll let me explain, I will tell you.
You're sounding like Dan Andrews did the other day.
What?
You're sounding like Dan Andrews did the other day in a meeting that would broadcast live.
Oh, really?
If you let me explain, I will tell you.
Well, let me explain, Forkman, and I will tell you. Please, just let me explain. So what I did was I was trying to recreate a precious childhood memory that was from so long ago it almost feels like a dream from another life. I made homemade choc tops, just like my mama make when I was a kid. So it's pretty easy. I didn't do it as well as my mum. There's a few things I could have done better. It's pretty simple as well. It's a pretty good one to do at home because what I did was, because the Melbourne International Film Festival's in town, I thought it'd be nice if kind of do a film festival at home. So I bought a few films and I made some choc tops, got some microwave popcorn and some snacks. And yeah, with the choc tops, it was kind of, what you do is you get cooking chocolate, you melt it in a bowl. Now, what I didn't do, which what I should have done, is added cream into the mix to kind of make it smoother. Because with the cooking chocolate, it kind of gets a bit gluggy and doesn't really run and cover the cone. The ice cream I had in the cone was also a dairy-free Ben & Jerry's double fudge chocolate one. So that was probably also a mistake because it was extra. It was chocolate on chocolate on chocolate. So it would be good if you really love chocolate, and I put a little Malteser on the top as well to kind of make it look a bit schmancy. So overall, it's pretty easy to get. What you just do is you need ice cream cones, ice cream, cooking chocolate, and maybe a little bit of cream if you're trying to kind of get it to run a bit smoother. And yeah, just scoop it into the cone. And I cut the box that the cones came into a little holder so they could hold themselves up in the fridge. And then, yeah, what you do is you just put it in the cone and then stick the end of the ice cream into the bowl and kind of roll it so it gets properly coated, and then maybe scoop some and smear it around the edges, and then put maybe something like an M&M or a Malteser on top to make it look a bit fancy, and then just stick them in the fridge, let the chocolate cool. You can do it with Ice Magic. It doesn't work quite as well, and it doesn't taste quite as nice as using cooking chocolate. But I think I'll probably experiment with it a bit more, especially if we're in lockdown more, if I'm doing more movie nights. But it's just a kind of good way to elevate that movie night, and just got to kind of effort and make it seem like you're more. It kind of break off a thing of just sitting on the couch watching Netflix. It kind of feels a bit more like it's more of an occasion. But Yeah, so that was my recipe. The ice cream itself in the cone was, pretty good. So I'm actually reviewing my own ice cream now. It's called the champ the champ's chippity chocolate top.
I didn't call it a chalk knob.
Okay, you can call it the choc. I mean, if you want. I don't. Okay. Listen, so it's probably pretty good. I think the ice cream in itself was probably maybe a 6.5 out of 10. I found it kind of a bit too chocolatey. And especially because I was coming off the Hershey's cookies and cream chocolate I think was a bit better. So that kind of hurt it a bit. The chocolate covering on the top was probably not the best. It wasn't very smooth and spread out. It was kind of a good flavor to it though. So I'll probably have to give it a pretty. I think I give the ice cream 6.5. I'll probably have to give the thing probably maybe the chocolate coating maybe 6.5 as well. The Malteser on the top made it a bit fancier, so I'll give it an extra point to get it to 7.5. But because I made it and I had a good time watching the movies, I'm gonna bring the Champ's Chickadee Choc Top to 9.5 ice creams out of 10. In fact, I'll give it a bonus point. It's 10.5 ice creams out of 10. That's it, everybody. The best ice cream that's ever been made was made by me. So,
and what did the name again?
Is anybody surprised? It's the Champ's Chickadee Chockadee Chippity Choc Top. Or what's it? The other name it's known by that I dare not utter is
the Choc Knob.
The Choc Knob. So 10.5 ice creams out of 10. Is it a surprise that the Champs created the best ice cream of all time? Probably not. The viewers at home were probably waiting for it to happen. So the prophecy has been fulfilled. The greatest ice cream has been invented. No worries, people.
Hey, they had a phone call from Macca's. They said give them their royalties, and now.
Oh yeah, and also if any ice cream company wants to buy the rights to that ice cream or pay me to say their ice cream's better, just get in contact and I will do that.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Champ. You may know, or people may remember, I usually give a random fact or a random fact.
A factoid, a fun fact.
Yeah. But I decided this week I couldn't pick between the two, so I decided to give two random facts. So here we go. It's time for Forkman Random Facts. Yeah,
that's a fantastic intro, by the way. I'm a big fan.
I know. How good was that sax playing?
You've made some really fantastic theme tunes on this.
How good was that sax playing?
Good. It was good. I was really I really.
That was you on the sax, yeah?
Yeah, it was me on the sax. That's why I'm complimenting it. Yeah, I'm epic sax guy from the saxophone Eurovision video.
So now our random facts this week are from home soil, Australian random facts.
Oh yeah, shoot.
Did you know there are 3 times as many sheep than people living in Australia?
I didn't know there was that many more. I know New Zealand and Wales are pretty bad for it. I think the strange thing in New Zealand is I'm pretty sure they call us sheep shaggers in New Zealand and we call them sheep shaggers.
Yeah.
And I think people in England call people in Wales sheep shaggers as well. It's one of those things where people just throw that around if you've got a lot of sheep around, I guess.
Yeah, I learned that one this afternoon. The 3 times as many sheep than people living in Australia. I never knew that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I feel sorry for the guy who worked it out. He must have fallen asleep a couple of times trying to count to 60 million sheep.
Yeah. Oh, mate, how do you reckon they find this out? Do you think they'd do, you know how every couple of years they do a
census?
Yeah. Do you reckon they do that for sheep?
No, I think they would have used satellite imaging to count the sheep because they're all.
But how do you know it is sheep?
Oh, you use a satellite with Zoom. No, I think farmers probably report how many sheep they have. They're probably like, I imagine if you have livestock, you'd have some kind of insurance on your livestock, and because it's just, I mean, it's pretty much a business. So there'd be the data would be available. It would just be a matter of going through different ways to collect it. So I think farmers would probably self-report a lot of their flock.
Now, Otto, what is one thing that we all need to live?
Ice cream?
No.
Air?
Air, correct. Correct. Now, where in the world do you think the cleanest air would be?
The side of a vacuum cleaner past the filter. The filter's caught all the bad stuff.
No.
In like a bubble in a soda water bottle.
No. Are you ready for this? Did it gonna shock you? Like it's
the desert.
No. Did it actually a real shock to me? So the Aussie state of Tasmania has the world's cleanest air.
Yeah, that's not too surprising. I thought it'd be somewhere like I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess they've got a lot of eucalypt and rainforest, but
and they don't have many or any. They don't do any manufacturing over there.
Yeah, that's true.
In Tasmania, so people, if you're looking for a new life, some fresh air, so you can breathe properly, head down to Tasmania. I know where I'm going once lockdown. Have you finished?
Going to Tasmania. Have we been sponsored by the Tasmanian Tourism Board or something?
No, we have not. But
start a new life in Tasmania. The apple vinyl.
I reckon we should all go and live in Tasmania. Take this show down to Tasmania.
Tasmania is a beautiful place. I think Hobart's a very nice town. It reminds me, I think a lot of people, it sounds like I'll be taking the piss, but like a lot of Hobart CBD kind of reminds me a bit of Melbourne. I think there's a fair bit of culture, especially down near the Salamanca Market. And you've got some great galleries down there. You've got the Mona, you've got the Dark Mofo Festival. Mount Wellington, particularly in winter when it's snowing, is really nice. Just kind of sitting under there on a clear day, looking at like having that mountain overlook the whole city. You've obviously got some lovely tracts of untouched wilderness all around Tasmania. I think Tasmania is a really good place, and I'd really have liked to spend more time there. It's one of those things now that I can't go there. I always say I should go there. Now that I can't, I'm like, I'm going to make an effort to once this is done, I think.
Yeah. Do you know what? I reckon you, me, Jen should all go to Tasmania together.
Okay.
We'll grab a camper van and drive around Tassie.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah. Or camper van. Yeah, that sounds cool. But I'll probably leave and go bushwalking for I might do the overland track as well.
Oh, yeah.
We'll take the ferry over. That could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it could be good.
You and me bunkered up in the room together?
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you're gonna bunk with me and not your miss. Oh, all right.
Jen can be in the middle.
Yeah.
To make sure the Forkman and the Champ don't get up to no good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think she'll be needed to stop that, Forkman.
Who's poking me?
Disgusting.
Oh my god.
We will not defile the great state of Tasmania like that, Forkman.
No, we will not. Now, okay, moving right along. You drive a car, yeah?
Yes.
Now, I would take it you have broken down a couple times.
Not particularly. I guess my parents' car, my mum used to have a real old car when we were growing up, like 20 years old it's 15, 16, 17 years old, 20 years old I think it was 23 years old by the end of it. So that used to break down a fair bit. But my car's relatively new, so it hasn't broken down. I got a dead battery in a car not too long ago. That was on Bell Street, so that wasn't very good.
Well, why I'm bringing it up? Where I was thinking, where would be the worst place to break down?
Well, you see good ones. If you ever go, I mean, moving from a state to a territory now, if you go up to New South Wales, not New South Wales, sorry, Northern Territory, which is a beautiful place as well. If you see, you can see they've readjusted the main highway through this, the Stewart Highway. So if you go through there, you can see off about like 20 meters to the side in some places that there's just there's a whole heap of old cars from like the give me 1 second, Forkman. I'm just getting a phone call.
Oh, good.
Sorry about that, guys.
And Champ, that was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah. So as I was,
we're talking about breaking down, and the Champ that got a call about his best mate break down in the middle of the desert.
In the middle of the desert. His car didn't break down. He just had an emotional breakdown.
Poor guy. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's all right. He'll get through. We gave him some sage words, and told him everything will be all right. And he'll pull it together till he gets home. And once he gets home, we'll be able to look after him.
And he'll be home soon, yeah, in a couple minutes, I believe.
He'll be home very soon.
He'll be walking through that door in a couple minutes.
That big door. It's be like we'll get him with a "thank God you're here" scenario. But yeah. So what I was saying is, in the desert up there, you see heaps of cars that are just abandoned because they're too expensive. It's too expensive to tow them, so people just ditched them, took their stuff, and hitchhiked home and just left their car there.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's kind of funny. You go up Northern Territory, like up near, it's cool. It's kind of because they're all really old cars from like the 60s and stuff. So you see like Volkswagen Beetles and some cool looking cars that are just and then they're not as deteriorated as they should be because there's not much rain and stuff. So it's kind of groovy, as they would say in the 60s.
Yeah. I would gonna say the worst place to break down would be, say, on a boat or something, like in the middle of the ocean.
Have your car break down on a boat. On
a ferry, like, yeah. And when you get to the other end, the car won't start. I'm like, the ferry had a time that it had to get going to. Like,
what about on one of those moving bridges?
That'd be
bad.
Oh, can you imagine that? You're like right in the middle and then the thing goes up.
Oh, yeah.
Person goes down. Huh?
Macca's drive-through would be bad?
Yeah, Macca's. Could you imagine all the people on their horns?
On the horns, mate. KFC drive-through, probably not as bad.
No, I reckon KFC would be worse.
Oh, yeah. Why would KFC be worse?
Have you seen some of the people who go to KFC?
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Red Rooster, I reckon, would be civil.
Well, Red Rooster would be fine, mate. There'd be nobody behind you in the drive-in. Take that one, Red Rooster. Mate.
Someone would give you a put stars. They're all kind of Red Rooster or hippies.
They're all people of Red Rooster. Take that sick burn back. You're all beautiful people down there at Red Rooster.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. We love the Red Rooster.
Red Rooster. Maybe me and you should open a Red Rooster franchise in Tasmania.
Maybe we should.
It could be good.
Yeah.
Open a Red Rooster in Burnie near the ferry.
Right next door to Jackie Lambie's office.
Yeah.
And have her on the drive-through.
Have her on the drive-through, mate. Get her as a guest show on the podcast.
Yeah. We will call the podcast from the office of the Red Rooster.
Simo, Forkman, Champ, and Jackie Lambie show.
Live from Red Rooster, Bernie.
Live from Red Rooster.
Anyway, moving right along, Joe. So now, Champ, the other day we ran a competition, but no one entered for the first time ever.
Disappointing in the viewers. Viewers, we put it all on the line for you. You can put it on the line for us.
No one had done a Stephen Bradbury.
Oh, no. That's not good. I thought Bradbury's an Aussie hero.
Yeah.
I was thinking about commenting, but I've never come from behind because I always lead from the front.
Yeah, I put that. You would be one of the one who fell over, yeah?
Yeah, no, I've also never fallen over.
I've only ever fallen in love.
Oh, I'm sure he has.
Too many times. Damn that.
So I thought anyway, we'll get Penne on.
Yeah, get Penne on.
Get Penne on. Because I don't heard a rumor. Apparently you are paid to do meditating.
Oh. So essentially, in my spare time, I'm on like this survey site, and there's one from Melbourne Uni, and I like clicked that I would do it. So basically, for the next 10 days, they send a message to my phone, and I have to do like some meditation for 3 minutes, and they're gonna pay me $150, plus bonuses depending on how many times. Like if they text me, I don't have to do it, but the more I do, the more I'll get paid. So essentially, I'm just getting paid to meditate a couple times a day.
Can they text you any time of the day or night?
Between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. for a maximum of 10 times per day.
Okay, I would like to. Could they like say text you at like midnight and you had to get out of bed and like?
Nah, it's not that bad, but at 9 a.m. is pretty early for me most mornings, so I don't like getting up that early.
Or you'd be on the toilet.
You don't have to do it straight away. You've got about 40 minutes before you have to do it.
But some people,
you're in the toilet or the shower or something.
But some people are on the toilet for 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
Reading the newspaper.
I'm reading the Woman's Weekly in there.
Oh, I like what you read. I read porn on the toilet.
Oh, this is the Thursday. I thought we were only talking about that stuff on the Thursday segment.
Today is Thursday.
Is it? You dummy. I'll handball you back to the champ.
Awesome. Thank you
Thanks
for joining.
Forkman.
By the way, how is your stubby holder going?
It's going great. It's going great.
Why are you using this stubby holder then? He's using a different stubby holder.
Is that a Lincoln Lewis stubby holder?
Yeah, he's using a Lincoln Lewis stubby holder.
No,
he's been listening to other podcasts.
My stubby holder's in my bedroom, and my girlfriend's working from home in there, so I can't go in there.
Okay, as long as you're not using a Lincoln Lewis podcast.
He's trying to say it's a stubby holder for the whole family.
Awesome. Sorry, Champ. Where can people find Forkman and the Champ, other than in our homes, in our bedrooms,
in our hearts, in Instagram,
on Instagram, Facebook. Oh, I love that.
There's a Forkman and the Champ. This is a different design one. You can find us on stubby holders.
Yeah, that is the original stubby holder.
This is the original cover photo of stubby holder. For all those watching on YouTube, it's quite a beautiful design. This is my design of a stubby holder.
Back in the day.
But yeah, so you can find us here on our stubby holders.
On Facebook.
On the internet in general. Just look up. If you look up Forkman on the Champ and Google, we come up, and that's links to our Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, which we're not really using anymore. The website, forkmanandthechamp.com.
But if you want to get on the Patreon and become our third ever Patreon, you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's also our Forkman and the Champ podcast at gmail.com.
Correct. And forkmanandthechamp.com. Also, while you're there, if you have any spare coins lying around in your cardie,
if you've got coins on your card, yeah.
Or money on your card, please feel free to donate to the podcast.
Feel free
to pay the bills.
Pay for the stubby holders that we keep having to make.
Pay for the debts.
Pay the debts. Pay the toll.
Pay the tolls that we have. Also to make us sound better.
This studio is costing me $100 a week to rent. So
I'm getting a sign, so that's I'll pay for the sign too.
Yeah. But other than that, if you can't do that, if you can't afford to, just keep listening because we're glad to have you on board for the ride.
And we love you.
We love you, and we love each other.
Do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Simo. Just big thanks for covering for me last week. So on Monday, I look forward to his weekly segment and seeing if he'll become the third wheel or if he'll replace me, or we'll see. I mean, we'll watch this space. But yeah, big shout out to Simo for helping out the podcast and being a good friend to the podcast.
And I'd like to give a shout out to all the doctors and nurses working tirelessly around the clock, protecting us Victorians from the horror bee virus.
Yeah. That's all for this week.
Until next time, actually, we forgot to announce today's competition.
What is today's competition? Was it worst place to be broken down?
I've been thinking, where the worst place to be broken down.
Yeah.
Or, okay, we're going to do two, so they can either tell worst place to broken down, or how long do you spend on the toilet?
Yep. All right. That's a good one.
Until next time, I've been Forkman.
I've been the champ. Ciao for now, not forever.
And remember to wash your hands with soap, water, and hand sanitizer.